que vous êtes là pourquoi?
On est tous là pour faire le travail de la police parce qu'on constate qu'il ne se passe rien.
Adjudant, si j'ai choisi cet uniforme, c'est pour faire bouger les choses. Je veux qu'on ramène la petite à leurs parents.
La gendarmerie de Charleroi, c'est pas Miami Vice. On se comprend? Il a déjà été condamné pour viol sur mineur. Je pense qu'il a peut-être enlevé Cécile et Elina. J'ai monté personnellement une opération pour en avoir le cœur net. L'opération Maldoror. Vous allez lui coller au basque et le shooter en flagrant délit. C'est pas...
Gendarmerie, ouvrez!
Well, it's based on a true fact, you know, it happened, it's a huge case, you know, that hit Belgium in the mid-90s. I was quite young at the time, I had 20, something like that. And it changed me a lot. I was the witness of that. And I remember back in the day, everybody was talking about that. You know, I remember my father and his friends talking about that and being very, very touched and moved by all that story. And it lasts a long time because there is a lot of different acts in that huge case. So it shocked Belgium, it shocked France, it shocked Central Europe badly at the time. And I remember being young, but I was at the time obsessed by the idea to become a director, a film director at the time. And I was thinking, well, it's an amazing subject. One day, maybe I will do something about that. And of course, I was very young at the time, but mostly 30 years after, I finally succeed to embrace it. But it's not literal, you know, it's not the case literally. It changed a lot. You know, the POV we adopt is completely fictional, for examples. Well, it's been difficult. I have to say, it's been difficult. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it's Belgian nature, you know. I think Belgian people don't want to deal with that anymore. They don't want to talk about that, and it's strange because you know everybody's looking with a lot of appetites on true crime on Netflix,
Right.
and that's you know everybody was quite reluctant on that, and the press was not so bad. We has, but I think it's sometimes a misunderstanding of what our intention. Our intention was to make a fiction based on that, and also because the story, you know, the real case has been judged. Um, some people, you know, the main media in Belgium, for example, or France, they don't want to talk about that anymore because it's been judged. And if you got out of the track of the reality judgment, you became a complotist or something, you know, you became something, your purpose, your intention are not very clear. So I think we had some difficulties to bring the audience in theater, maybe because the subject is very dark and nobody wants to deal about that. Maybe it's me, maybe it's my style, I don't know. Maybe it's because, you know, when you see a true crime documentary on Netflix, you know exactly what is evil and what is good. And in Maldoror, you know, there is a lot of
Yeah.
different zone of gray, so you don't know exactly what is evil and what is good. So I don't know. It's always the same thing with sometimes my work, you know, but it's the way it is, you know, it's the way it is. But it's been difficult, I have to say, even if the press was good and, you know, and I think with time, the movie will get more and more and more open mind spirit. No, because when I shoot, I prepared, and you know, we ask ourselves a lot of questions before shooting, what we can do until how far we can go.
Right.
We have kind of a dogma, you know. We didn't want to be in the basement with the girl. We didn't want to involve the parents of the victims. So we wanted to keep at the stage of Paul Chartier POV. Paul Chartier is the main young cop, who deal with the system in a way, and go further and deeper and
Right.
until limit. But at soon, and it's cinema. So it's cinema for me. It was the idea to embrace the context, embrace the reality, to make a kind of analysis and summarize the context and the because it's so long, there is so many layers to that story, and then finally to try to reach another level, with cinema. We try to make something very cinematic based on a POV to reach the story to a very existential question, not in a boring way, but in very existential around two main questions: what is evil and what is justice? Just like the same equation that we can have in Dirty Harry, the conflict between law and justice. So in beyond being a vigilant, because Maldoror is not a vigilant at all. Even I love vigilant, but it's not a vigilant at all. But you understand what I mean, no? It's very different what I have in mind, because I always, I have long-term project right now. I have we have started the financing of my new film, and it's very ambitious, very complex, because it's based on the exploitation of the rubber in Congo under the reign of Leopold II, Leopold the king of Belgium, the second, and it's very, very violent and very messy. And there is no film about that. So I have that in mind for a long time also. But because also I evolve so much, and it's completely different with what I have in mind. And also I hope, because it's been a long time now, I make some films, more than 20 years. I hope to reach kind of a more balanced maturity, if I may say.
T'as rien entendu? Il chuchote mon enfant.
Vous avez ignoré le cadre de la perquisition.
Je les ai entendus, je suis pas fou.
Et pourquoi est-ce que vous refusez de partager les éléments de l'enquête avec les parents des victimes?
Il avait quand même pas mal de connaissances dans des hauts lieux.
E l'ha ammazzato tutto perché loro lo sapevano.
On a trouvé des dessins grands, coupures.
Je vous parle d'un trafic de pédophiles dont on connaît même pas l'ampleur. Casse-toi! 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 Casse-toi!
C'est terminé, Chartier.
Vous allez me débarrasser de tout ce bordel.
On va pas arrêter maintenant, quand même, on va pas les laisser.